to the LFG Pats Pod with your hosts, Joe and Mike. Let's go!
All right, welcome into the LFG Pats Pod, and we have a very special AFC Championship edition, and we brought in some legends, boys. We got Hogdale from Barstool Sports, and we got ZeeBee from Cut Call. So we got the best of the best, one of the best play callers in all of sports. Let's just put it out there. This guy is absolutely electric fire. And then we got ZeeBee breaking down all the X's and O's better than anyone. This guy does it in his sleep. I'm pretty sure he's figured out a way to inception his way into play calling and play watching in his sleep.
Seven layers deep.
7 layers. He's in like the next. He's in like, yeah, exactly. It's like, anyways. But Hogdale, how you doing, buddy? Tell me how you doing.
I'm doing fantastic, brother. My life is genuinely sunshine and rainbows at the moment. Every day is just beautiful.
Amazing, living the dream. ZeeBee, how you been, man? It's been a little bit.
I've been great, man. I've been great. Just been busy gearing up for the draft, getting that ready, and was not expecting a deep Patriots playoff run, but I'm happy for it. So.
Yeah, ZeeBee is at this point, he's balls deep in the draft, and I love every second of it because this guy knows every college player like imaginable. All right, so we got a hot episode tonight, everyone. We got this bullshit narrative. I just want to call it out to what it is. These guys have shifted the goalposts right now. So far, they're not even on the fucking field. This goalpost is somewhere in the parking lot. They're not even playing the same sport we are. But here we are. We're going to talk about it all night. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a little bit about Will Campbell. I think it'd be kind of an injustice to not talk about Will Campbell. ZeeBee, I know you got a lot to say about that. And we're going to get into the Broncos game. We're going to do a little bit of a preview of that game. We're going to talk about some strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, Jarrett Stidham. Before we get into that, though, guys, we're going to talk about the sponsors. So quickly, Horizon HVAC. If you guys have your HVAC system at this point, it's running on full throttle because it's been absolutely freezing. Get your HVAC systems. Look, I just want to warn you guys, a relative of mine actually just had their HVAC system. They had no heat. They haven't had heat for the past 3 days, and they have a family of 5. And so actually I got Horizon HVAC out there. They were in and out pretty quickly. They had some other meetings, so they had to get to it, but they were out there within, I think it was 2.5 days. Got everything back up and running for them. Give them a call, Mike Cesaroni. They're all over social media. If you look on Instagram, anywhere, they're all over it. But give them a call. Rogue Island Kitchen and Bar. So this place, we had our last event. The last event we had there was amazing. Hands down, some of the best food that everyone, it was about 60, 70 people showed up. That was the away Bills game, if anyone remembers, where we absolutely
way back
shocked
when
the world. And that's when it all started, boys. That's when everything flipped, if you remember. So that was at Rogue Island. We may have something coming up. We'll see.
If we win the AFC Championship game, we might have something coming up.
We may have something coming up. Maybe some giveaways. Who knows? I said I wouldn't spoil it, Mike, but I spoiled it.
Not really. You're all right. You're still all right.
Yeah. I say within the realm. So Rogue Island Kitchen and Bar, it's in Providence, guys. Amazing food, amazing beer on tap. Ryan Bissett, tell him LFG Pat Spot sent you. They'll probably get a free beer. All right. So Hogdale, sound off on this narrative. I want to call names out. I want to call out all the bullshit. I'm sick of this fucking narrative. Tell me about it. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, man, it's a tale as old as time, really. It really just shows that we are back. Like, the Patriots really have never truly been more back. It honestly reminds me back in the season for the Rams Super Bowl. Like that famous Brady quote where it's like, everyone thinks we suck, can't win any games. We'll see. Yeah, that's where we're sitting at right here. Like the Patriots apparently haven't played anybody. They have not beaten a good team yet. They're in the playoffs, by the way. They're apparently bad teams make the playoffs now. Like, there's only bad teams in the playoffs. It's crazy because, like, where's this narrative for fucking Matthew Stafford, bro? Like, you struggled to beat the Panthers in round 1, a team that actually was under 500. And then you go against the Bears, and Stafford made key plays. He did what he needed to do to win the game. But he had a bad game for the majority of that game. Like, he was bad in the cold. This guy's a fucking dome merchant. And again, we're nickel and diming the Patriots' greatness. It flummoxes me. That's a word to use. It flummoxes me.
I love it.
Like, listen, dude, like, everyone was gassing up this Houston defense like it was the second coming of Christ. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, CJ Stroud's their quarterback. He was their quarterback before the game. Like, going into the game, CJ Stroud was, I believe, slated to play quarterback. And I don't know, I feel like his horrible game didn't fall out this guy. I feel like there was maybe reasons, aka like maybe the Patriots defense being immaculate and putting together a phenomenal game plan, just like they did the previous week against the Chargers. But that doesn't count either because their offensive line sucked. So I don't know. Basically, no one gets credit, and fuck yourself if you think so, apparently.
It's really unbelievable. It's ZeeBee, give me your thoughts. We got to go around the room here.
So, same. Not one. What was it on ESPN? They had a whole panel of people saying Houston was going to beat the Patriots, and no one was saying anything about Houston being a cupcake when they were beaten. What was it, Pittsburgh 30-3, 36. So they hung one up on Pittsburgh the week before, and now they're I don't buy that. Nico Collins is great. I don't buy that the gap between Nico Collins and Jaden Higgins is so big that they just evaporate and turn into, a
JV team. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just I'm gonna go with the exact route with Hogdale. The fatigue of watching the Patriots win for 20 years has got people not happy to see us back.
It's unfucking believable. This team, this Texans team that everyone was saying was like the second coming of the Ravens, like all these like dominant Seahawks, right? This no nonsense. We don't hide what we're doing. We run a 4-3, and guess what? We rush 4 every time, and we just go man on man and just beat us. I dare you to beat us. I dare you to throw it short because we're going to take your fucking head off. That didn't happen. They didn't take our head off. And guess what? They dared us to go deep, and we did. And guess what Drake May did? He threw 3 touchdowns. The only other quarterback to throw 3 touchdowns against the Texans was fucking Jacoby Brissett, and it was in a garbage time game, absolute garbage time game. It didn't matter. And then you got Matt Stafford, who threw 1 touchdown. Josh Allen threw 0 touchdowns. And Mahomes, who had a down year, threw 0 touchdowns too. So, like, what are we talking about here? What the fuck are we talking about? It's kind of like exhausting to go through these like backflips that these guys try to do to just shift the narrative. It's like, guys, you guys are putting so much effort into this. Like you guys said, no one said CJ Stroud. Granted, he had a pretty bad first game. I agree with that. But everyone was talking about this defense and how we're not going to be able to do shit against them. And everyone picked them to win. So what happened, guys? Now are you going to ever admit you're wrong? Or are you just going to keep shifting it? Just Mike, what do you think?
Specific to that game, first of all, having Nico Collins wouldn't have helped CJ Stroud at all in that game. He was missing his targets no matter what happened. And then after he got picked a couple of times in the second half, it just looked like the poor kid, he just didn't want to be there. Like he looked completely shell-shocked. And I'm surprised he didn't produce more turnovers, but people want to discredit us because, as the Dan Orlovskis of the world will say, 31 other quarterbacks could have beat us. Well, get the F out of here. How do you know that our defense wasn't spooking him into making those decisions? How do you know that our defense wouldn't have done that to at least half of the other quarterbacks in the league? So stop continuing to discount our defense when they were just completely smothering the poor kid all day long and dialing different defenses up all day long to confuse him. But yet we still don't get credit because he just had an absolutely ridiculously awful game. Don't we get a little bit of credit for that?
We didn't win by 3. We didn't win by 3. We won by fucking 12. Like
12 points. Yeah, and now the narrative is, well, we can't cover that spread because Jarrett Stidham is better than you think. Get the hell out of here.
He's not, by the way. Jarrett Stidham is fucking garbage. This guy couldn't beat out 2020 Cam Newton for a starting quarterback job. That's who Jarrett Stidham is.
I was there for that. I remember that. And
Yeah, so we all were, I imagine.
I mean, Jarrett Stidham was actually replaced at Auburn by Bo Nix.
Hilarious.
If I remember the timeline, it went Stidham right to Nix in like.
And I get the argument, right? I do get part of the argument, right? Part of the argument is Bo Nix is who he is because of that offensive line, the players they have on offense. It's a well-oiled machine, right? That defense is well-oiled.
Sean Payton's a great play caller.
Exactly. Sean Payton, I think, could get some fucking yards out of me, right? I could throw some slants and I could make that offense hum a little bit, right? And so that's why they're saying, okay, Jarrett Stidham comes in. Savage posted, he's 80 to 90%. I think that's a little hyperbolic. That's a little kind of insane.
Well, they do.
Jarrett Stidham cannot do what Bo Nix did in that fourth quarter against the Bills.
Exactly.
He was dropping dimes.
Dude, in that fourth quarter, like, listen, man, I'm like, if you say like, oh, Bo Nix is as good as Drake May, no, you're on drugs. That's not close to truth. Like, Drake elevates talent in a way that very few quarterbacks in this league can do. But like, Bo Nix is a good quarterback. I'll concede that. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's like outside the top 10, probably like 13th, 14th best quarterback in the league kind of area. Jarrett Stidham is a worthless player. He's horrible. He's genuinely terrible. The fact that I don't think he's taken a meaningful snap in 2 years. Like, I know what, like, people, like, that's something you need to talk about. His first game is going to be in a AFC Championship game. The first time he's taken a meaningful snap in 2 years. He's in an AFC title game. And you think he's going to thrive? Are you on drugs? He's Cortland Sutton. What's Cortland Sutton going to do when Christian Gonzalez takes him to the fucking fieriest, deepest pit of hell? He's not doing shit against Christian Gonzalez. That's why, like, the Nico Collins thing, it's like Nico Collins would have caught these fucking hands too. Would have gotten absolutely locked up. Gonzo has been on another level since the playoffs
Pay him,
started.
back up the fucking Brinks truck. Pay him
whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
He's leading the NFL in targets and had something like a 43 rating against him so far through the playoffs.
He's absurd.
Check through 2 games, people are just basically targeting Christian Gonzalez man-to-man, and it's not working. So.
And the Broncos don't have a great run game, correct? I don't think that they have a great run game.
No, they lost Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean, our run defense is suffocating. Like, this Pats run defense is legitimately fantastic. People got it twisted for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I like RJ Harvey, but I mean, I don't think they're going to put up any serious running yards.
Milton Williams and Spillane are back.
So yeah,
the boogeymen are back.
You're in a situation where they're not going to be able to run the ball, and it's like, oh well, what if you don't get pressure? Oh no, then Jarrett Stidham is going to have to break down your defense and beat you. Do you fucking hear yourself?
It's amazing. It really, it's amazing. Like it's to me, it just reeks of desperation, doesn't it? It like reeks of absolute desperation because they don't want to see it. They don't want to see this shit. They're like, no. Keep denying it. Like it's just like repressed. This like a psychologist would rip this apart and go, these people have fucking some repressed feelings they need to deal with, right? Like you need to deal with all those. You bring up those Brady fucking feelings because guess what? It's coming back. Because next year we have some of the most draft picks in the draft. We have the highest cap space. Granted, we have to pay Gonzo and a few other people we got to lock up because we got to re-sign some of these one-year guys.
They're just going to pick Gonzo's option up. They don't have to re-sign him right yet.
They don't, but if they're smart, they do. They're not.
He'll hold out. They're going to extend him. Like they're going to get the extension.
They have to. They can't. Do not Jerry Jones this kid, please, God, fucking do the right thing. Which I think Kraft will. He knows he has to. But yeah, this is everyone's worst nightmare. And we did not like Mike and I were like, he said 10 wins. I said 11. I was called a homer. Mike was even called a homer by some people.
Dude, I said this team was going to win 11 games. Like, I think they can win 11 games. And I was called like fucking insane. And like, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see them being this good, this fast.
I had them taking I had with them 11 too. I still have the post up. I was tweeting that until they got to about 9. I write down the schedule.
And we just, I think we all just like took our eyes and we looked at this. We looked at the schedule. We looked at the distance traveled. That was the other stat. We had like the least. We were all East Coast, like nothing overseas. It was like, wow, this is like amazing how ridiculous these stars are aligning. And then we looked at it and said, how do we pick these? Look at these quarterbacks we're playing.
Quarterbacks
with all these different quarterbacks and all these different coaching situations. We're like, yeah, I think even if we're marginally better offensive line and Josh McDaniels brings in a little more oomph to May's game. We didn't expect May to do what he did. We didn't expect I thought we were going to be a terrible run defense because I didn't know what Milton Williams could do, and I was like,
Robert Spillane too, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's been phenomenal in run defense. Because when he went out, like the run defense was shameful. Like when him and Milton were both hurt, it's like, wow, these guys really are the entire engine of what makes this run defense go. Yep. Because it was bad. Like they were getting fucking gassed.
Even week 1 and week 2, like they were. You could tell they were shaky in the beginning.
100%. And they were clearly they were figuring the system out. Like they were still like trying to figure out how to work under this new coach. A big part of my math for like being optimistic about the team is that I genuinely think Gerard Mayo is the worst head coach I've ever watched in my entire life. Like he was horrible. Like dude, and like that quote he had like mid-season last year, like because they were taking all those penalties. It's like, well, once they get on the field, there's nothing I can do.
I knew where you were
going.
Talk
about the last thing you ever want to hear from your head coach.
Vomit.
Like, what are you talking? That's your job. That's your entire job.
He had no clue how to lead those men to win, and that's the biggest difference. Mike Vrabel knows how to close games out. So
he's a leader of men.
Speak what you want about the strength of schedule. They still learned what they learned this season is how to close out games, how to win games convincingly. How many victory formations did this team have throughout the course of the season? So now they know that pedigree is already instilled. So whatever happens further, they already know how to win. So they've been there before. So I don't think any situation is too big for them. I certainly not the Broncos, and I don't think the Super Bowl either. And yes, I am including the Super Bowl into our season right now.
Yeah, I think there was a sea change on defense. I mean, you can see that.
Yes.
Immediately, like on tape, week to week. And I was one of the people last season that said when people were really down on their defense, and I was like, this is a quality defense. The last time they had a good defensive coordinator in there, when Bill Belichick was here, that defense looked really good. Even if they weren't winning a ton of games, the defense itself looked really good. I'm like, these aren't all dud players. You're a player or two away from a very good defense. In fact, Gerard Mayo, when he was here, there was so much chaos when he was the head coach on defense. There was there was a lack of identity. There were people making mistakes that they're not making now. You can see it week to week. Like Marte Mapu at times looked lost last season. Like he didn't know what he was looking for. He didn't know what he was supposed to do. Now he looks like a different player. And
that's why he's a special teamer now and not a full-time defender.
Jelani, I mean, that's true as well. They brought in some people, but there's a real the defense is more organized from the top.
There wasn't a week last year they showed up ready to play. Like they were not organized. They were not properly prepared. Like, dude,
Jelani Tavai just made a huge play. This week, and Jelani Tavai is a guy that did not look good last year, and now when he's in there less, and he looks good.
I don't think people understand that last year with the Pats being as bad as they were, like the year before that, the last Belichick year, them being that bad made sense. Because you're getting the worst quarterback play in the sport. Do you have any idea how hard it is to go 4-13 with league average quarterback play? How impossible that is to do? Because anytime you're facing off teams that have worse quarterback play than you, which happen frequently, like you have a gigantic advantage. But Gerard Mayo was such a unfathomably net negative that he just canceled out all of that. Drake, by every statistic, was league average last year, which is we should have seen how good he was going to be this year coming, because that's a fucking heroic effort to be statistically league average with that Patriots team, which was maybe the worst and most shameful Patriots team of my lifetime.
It actually was, and I was at that.
Unfortunately, isn't for me because I'm older. So I remember.
You remember some dark days. Yeah,
I remember the 1990 and 1991 Patriots. So that's my cross to bear. But yes, even still, that team was on par with that because they were completely inept from top to bottom. Drake made plays in spite of that team, not because of that team.
His weapons were fucking horrible.
Trash.
Hunter Henry was the primary target.
Yeah, he had Drake May, and this is a lot of people got really down on him last season because he didn't post eye-popping numbers. And I made a point that, he raised the Patriots' average score. I think it was somewhere between 11 and 13 points a game just by stepping on the field. And that's over that was like an aggregated per game score from, the previous 3 seasons combined, right? Yeah. So all other quarterbacks who had stepped on the field with, roughly the same cast of characters as Drake May inherited scored about something between a touchdown and a field goal and 2 touchdowns less per game than Drake May did. So right there, you might not have seen it in the record because like Hogdale was saying, Gerard Mayo had a lot of loose ends and it was not a really good team, but it actually was there in the score. They actually, they were moving the ball. They made things happen in ways that they hadn't before. This year, it's just, kind of a payoff because it's all come together for them.
If you were low on Drake last year, you weren't watching the games.
Yeah,
I'm very heavy on that. When I watched that team last year, I'm like, we found our guy. This is the franchise quarterback. Like, fucking, I was so sure, like, on level. Like, it's like this guy is so much better than Mac Jones ever was. Like, fucking Mac Jones at his peak. And, like, it's funny now, like, people are trying to, like, say Mac Jones is a good quarterback. He's not. He's not a good quarterback. Like, Kyle Shanahan's just a genius. He's just an offensive 100%. Genius. And he's good at making short throws, and he can hit open receivers. The second you put Mac Jones in adversity, he turns into a pumpkin. It really is that simple. Like, the dude is a gigantic fucking pussy out there at quarterback. Like, he leads absolutely nobody. Opposite of a leader of men. The guy's a fucking dink.
He's 100% right, by the way. He said it. There's great, colorful language, but I'm saying right now, so much of being a quarterback comes down to that. Can you get hit? Can you get back up? Can you still think and go through all the stuff? And that's, I think, the kind of the areas that people see Mac Jones comes up short is that when it gets, like Hogdale said, when he gets hit and he has to think fast, he doesn't think the same way.
In cold weather, the game he threw 3 passes against the Bills.
Oh my God!
You think that happens with a good quarterback? Like, your coach allows you to only throw the ball 3 times?
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. You're not gonna throw it. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Everything else.
I blame Belichick's ego a portion of that game, to be quite honest with you, because.
But he was right though. Again, plus also, like, the wind was horrible. It's just like, he's like Mac Jones. If he tries to throw a ball, like he has no arm strength. Like, he's got a noodle.
So, Joe, there's a comment from Rye Guy 80 saying 1996, and he said that when I was talking about the worst teams in history. Guess what? 1996,
the Super Bowl.
We went to the Super Bowl. We lost to the Packers.
That's when I kind of started to become a fan, actually. I think I was around 10 years old at that point. And,
screw you. Yeah. Okay? Screw all you guys. I was older than that. Let's just put it that way. But that was a fantastic team, man. Drew Bledsoe. Bill Parcells was ready to be the coach of the Giants, so he bailed on us on the Super Bowl.
Ben Coates, dude. Ben Coates was freaking running down the sideline.
Curtis
Martin people. Curtis Martin, Terry Glenn, Sean Jefferson.
Yeah, we had a bunch of dudes there. We had Brewski on that team. We had Ted Johnson. We had Willie McGinnis. We had Ty Law. We had Lawyer Malloy. We had a bunch of dudes on that team. And those are the dudes that ended up carrying over the 2001 team. But I just wanted to interject that this guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
My brother. Yeah, you got to love him.
That's your brother?
That's my brother. Yeah.
All right, right, guy. I digress.
That's all right.
I digress. Okay.
He's a big fan. He's a big fan.
Shout out 1996. I was negative 3 years old.
Love it.
Gee whiz.
Love it a second.
I wish I could say that, but moving on.
So we have to talk about it. I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about this topic, and it's a near and dear one to you, ZeeBee. Tell us what's going on with Will Campbell. Is it the injury still? What is it? Is it rookie year? Tell us what your thoughts on.
I think it's a little bit of both. I was actually a little bit worried about him coming back. I was hoping he'd get back sooner. That's at least what I see when I look on tape. There are a couple of times, like there was one time yesterday where he gave up a pressure, gave up a sack, and that was on a missed chip from Henderson. I remember going back and looking at the tape. So he's expecting help on the outside, and then Henderson kind of tries to get a piece of Will Anderson.
It was bad.
Literally just like airball, like airmails it and goes out into his route. And so that's why it looks like he just kind of releases Will Anderson outside of him. And then, yeah, he misses. I mean, how many games did he miss now? Was it 4 or 5?
I think it was 4.
Yeah,
he went on IR, right? He
He did go on IR 4 games and then came back. There's probably more going on to it than what you can see on the surface, but it doesn't look like anything more than a kid who's a rookie, B, missed 4 games, and then C, gets thrown in the fire immediately. Against some top. Was it Khalil Mack and then Will Anderson in back-to-back weeks.
But ZeeBee, don't you think he should have gotten more help in these past 2 games?
You only can put help in. You only get one back. You know what I mean? You only get. There's only so many ways you can help people.
Tight end back, right?
Yeah. You can keep a tight end in. You can keep, and the number one thing people are going to do is they'll use the back in a way. So there's multiple ways you can use your back. You can only, you know what I mean? You can only use the back so many ways. The other way you can do it is you can reset your protection. But even then, the other team really calls the shots because if they're going to place everyone away from where you want to slide, you can't just automatically slide to Will Campbell to get him help. You know what I mean?
I would also say that Travion, one of his big struggles this year has been in pass protection, helping out.
Oh, yeah.
And Ramondre Stevenson was out for 75% of that game. And that's where they probably use him a lot to help out Campbell.
Yeah. And to be fair to them, one of Will Campbell's big, and for all rookie tackles, one of the big learning things is how do you get help in an NFL style system? Because a lot of the stuff that they're doing now, especially at LSU, wasn't stuff that you would have to do at the college level. Some guys will get chips, some guys will get help that way, but it's not on the same level. And Will Campbell did not get a lot of chips. There was not a lot of stuff like that at LSU. So there's a little bit of that showing out there on tape. I especially against Khalil Mack didn't think he was necessarily as bad as a lot of fans made it out to see. I went back and looked at the tape, and there were people throwing that cut block up there, and I hate to break it to everyone when he goes on the ground, and I'm like, that was actually a perfectly legitimate cut block. Drake May gets sacked at 3.5 seconds, and he would have been sacked anyways because the real pass rusher came through Jared Wilson. I went through a look at that, so he didn't look that bad. Against Will Anderson, yeah, he got flat out beat a couple. It
remind me of the Myles Garrett game where it's just he's just flat out overmatched. He's getting fucking bullied.
That is your real. Will Campbell guarded a younger version of Will Anderson, and on at least one occasion, I think on at least one occasion, and I got to say there's coming to the NFL, most of these guys are going to be for an SEC tackle. Are going to be people that are well within, your range, what you're able to handle. For, your first round tackles, that's your, welcome to the NFL moment is meeting, Will Anderson in the playoffs. A guy who's now been in the NFL a few years. He's got his veteran moves. He's older than Will Campbell because people forget that about, Will's age, that he's by far the youngest player that anyone's ever started. The Patriots have ever started at tackle in their playoff history. So I would, if I were hearing the narrative, hearing I heard was with Greg Bedard today, said no, we move him inside for the Super Bowl, something along those lines.
Come on,
and I'm just like, man, talk to me in year 3 when
exactly.
ZeeBee, here's the thing though, is I don't think that's worth outright dismissing because at least from my eye test, Vidarian Lowe was very adequate. When he filled in at left tackle. Am I wrong there? How did he look when you saw him on film?
So
you didn't hear his name, so
I didn't hear his name once when he was in.
Vidarian Lowe did not. We did not see Vidarian Lowe against Will.
That's true. No, I'm just saying.
That's really what you're talking about when you're having this conversation. Is just back to back Khalil Mack and Will Anderson. So if I were to say, given this, I think Vidarian Lowe played at about 80% of what you got out of Will. All together, just going through all the reps, top to bottom. They did a lot more quick game when they had, especially in the first game after when Vidarian Lowe was in there. There was a lot of Drake May, just real quick, get the ball out, move it. And then they faced a few weaker defenses, weaker fronts, and I don't think putting Vidarian Lowe in there makes
Jets was a Jets, Miami.
Yeah, correct.
I forget.
What I wonder though is
that your best five? That's my point. Is that your
this
best?
Is where my argument would be, right? I just asked the question. I'm not really sure if I'm married to this take or not. So like Lowe slots at left tackle. Like, would Campbell be a big improvement over Jared Wilson at left guard? Like, would that offset it? Would that make it your best?
I think that's a
question.
guarantee. I think that, to me, that because Jared Wilson's natural position is center, and he actually shows really well in the run game, but in pass blocking, he is an absolute novice. So I do feel like Will Campbell would be overall a better left guard, but I just don't think they're going to.
I'm not giving up a Campbell at left tackle.
Yeah.
I would say.
Think about this. Whose responsibility was the strip sacks? Was it Will Campbell or Drake May?
Well, one of them. I'll say this. One out of it, they've had 2 strip sacks. But so far 3.
So 1 or 2 or what? What do you think?
It was 3. I think it was. I'm going count up the whole playoffs. I think they had 3. So I know at least a couple of them. And I'm obsessed with timing it. Drake was hanging on to the ball way too long.
He's trying to make a play because. Right. And thing is, it's obviously young guy. You understand. You got to take what the defense gives you, and it's Brady used to do this all the time. Where he sees this guy getting beat off the edge of me. He's like, okay, the play's dead. And especially you got to identify the type of game you're playing and against the team, the style of team that you're playing. That's like the play's dead. Give up. Okay, we live to play another down. You cannot afford to turn the ball over.
Is Drake's internal clock off? Is Drake's internal clock a little bit off here?
When Tom Brady was young, he actually, at this point through this exact number of games, okay, he had 4 more fumbles than Drake May does. 4.
I did not know that. It's a young quarterback thing to do.
It's a young, good quarterback thing because, like you said, you were insinuating earlier on about Mac Jones. Part of being a really good quarterback is not being so afraid that you're rushing, you're trying to get the ball out. A lot of really good, not all, but a lot of really good quarterbacks when they're younger take some hits that you know what I mean? They take some hits.
They're cocky. They want to win the game.
That reminds me.
And they're not afraid to get hit, and they want to win.
Overconfident.
It reminds me of the Bill Parcells quote, like where he's screaming at like Phil Simms, like during practice, where it's like, "Will you take a fucking shot down the field? Like it doesn't count." Fucking are you that much of a coward?
I love that. I love that. That's a great.
You do want your young quarterback to play with confidence.
And Drake May's defense, and I'm going to throw this out there. This is kind of the plan on offense, and you've heard both Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels say this, and it's just being attentive to what's happening in the NFL right now is the way that people are covering you with umbrella coverages and matched up zone coverages. Okay, they are making everyone have to either have to nickel and dime him and go down the field, which radically decreases your efficiency. Because it takes away all your chunk yardage plays, and chunk yardage plays are your efficiency. Or you have quarterbacks that break coverage. And that's what really Drake May has been about all season. It's, it's everything, no matter how you look at it. He's had some great moments in the pocket, but when he's been at his best and when this offense has gotten, has really looked like it's firing on all cylinders is when Drake May finds ways to break coverage for a good, but not great, let alone elite wide receiving group. Like if you go out there, that's the function of a quarterback like Drake May, and people vaguely talked about it when they drafted him, and people vaguely talk about it before that, but he's the kind of guy, and they say, he elevates talent. I don't know, he doesn't make the receivers better, but he makes the coverage worse or makes it harder for people to cover.
The way that he manipulates defenses with his legs is special. It's so special. Like when you're watching him, and obviously he has the arm talent to make whatever throw he wants to. So it's like the way he keeps his eyes down the field, no matter what, as well, is just like one of those things. You just can't instill that in somebody. You just that's just a gift that you have and a confidence that you have within yourself to just continue to do that.
And you just go back to and this is where I was at the game in Nashville. I was at the Titans game. I traveled for work, and it just so happened that was that weekend. I'm like, we're going to the game. It was like fucking 10 of us that went.
Oh, that was a 12-second play, Joe?
That was a 12-second play, man. Talk about keeping your eyes downfield. Your rookie season away with the shittiest coaching staff and shittiest complete roster I've ever seen put together in the modern era. Like, you go in that game and you have the team on your back and you make that play to Ramondre and then you fucking kick a field goal. You fucking pussy. You got nothing to play for. You got nothing to play for. You fucking Gerard Mayo. Fucking go for it, you pussy.
Anyway, that was such a 10-year moment. It really was. I mean, I have a tweet. God, like, I have a lockbox that tweet, man, where I literally said, "You just cost the game right when he made the decision." I'm like, you cannot tell.
It's over.
Yeah, I literally looked at him like, you just saw your kid run around for 13 seconds breaking coverage because remember Hunter Henry stepped out of bounds, so he's breaking coverage down one receiver, and you're gonna I'm like, just give him the ball. Let him run over this tired defense and do not go to, and of course they went to overtime. And
what I did like towards the end of the game, and I hope we see this against the Broncos, is I do love in some of these games where Drake May is able to step up and stay within the pocket. But I noticed at the end of the game, ZeeBee, I don't know if you noticed this, or Hogdale or anybody, where they started to roll him out a little bit. And I'm like, why aren't we doing this more often? Get this kid in space. You don't want to do it all the time, but I at least once every other drive, once a drive. Can we get some rollout plays? We get we had the air option play against the Panthers where we threw that little dart to Hunter Henry. He went fucking screwing up the sideline for a touchdown. Make them play that part of the field, cover a lot of grass, make their linebackers and their corners come bite up and then throw it over their fucking heads. It happened to Kyle Williams, same thing. He wasn't really outside rolling out, but he stepped up and went to the right there, dumped it off to Kyle Williams. He was off to the races. See you later. I want to see more of that. I don't know if McDaniels is holding back a little bit or what, but
he's mixing it up.
Seeing that. Yeah,
he's mixing it up. But I will say
it's McDaniels' fault. I blame McDaniels.
Can I say though, I was so hesitant about Josh McDaniels being back this year because McDaniels at his worst is one of the most infuriating play callers that you'll ever watch. But I really do think that he has kept his dark passenger takeover moments to a minimum. Like, I think that he, for the most part this year, has been an excellent play caller. But like those awful third down draws and screens that he used to be obsessed with, they're so infrequent. They almost never happen now.
Right. And the run pass. You know that when we're
run. Oh my God.
The fucking run. I like, please don't run pass. Please don't run pass. And here we are, fucking run pass. They get the ball back. They score.
I genuinely think McDaniels has evolved the way that he thinks about the short passing game. I think he integrates the short passing game more as an extension of the run game now. Genuinely, yeah. I don't think he used to view it like that. I think he's evolved his way of thinking into a more modern way of viewing NFL offenses.
The problem with that is that Drake won't check down. He refuses to do it, which I friggin' absolutely love, but sometimes he needs to learn.
But the thing is, Drake will take the check down when it's the smart play. What about that Ramondre pass? I think it was it against the Chargers where like Ramondre went 30, 40 yards because like it was just that's the smart play.
36 yards or something. Yep.
He's
up the middle,
so
right?
efficient. He's so smart. Like I cannot say enough positive things about Drake May. I love him so much.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
We're so fucking lucky.
He is. Well, I will say this though. He is at fault for some of these fumbles.
Oh yeah,
Drake May is like, and I'm the biggest guy. Y'all know that I am like the biggest Drake May guy, but I just like to remind people that's not necessarily the worst thing. That's all. There's him being responsible for some fumbles isn't really a slight on May because taking some sacks as a quarterback might be a cost of doing business in 2025 when your offense isn't.
It's like striking out like when you're trying to hit home runs and doubles in baseball.
Correct.
Like,
yeah, great analogy. 2 fumbles, a quarterback fumble at midfield is not the worst. I mean, people tend to think, it's not the worst outcome that could possibly happen in a game. And it's not the worst thing a quarterback could do. So
ZeeBee, I will say, wrapping it back around to Will Campbell, because people talk about Will Campbell like he's a toy Tyrannosaurus that entirely lives on Soylent. Do you think that like he's going to just improve just by the virtue of being a year older and getting bigger and stronger after hitting the weight room more next year? Like, do you expect that kind of?
I think he's going to improve because the game's going to get slower for him. Number one, and number two, just at the age that he's at, Will Campbell, already, he's already like a really incredibly impressive athlete from a strength and conditioning perspective. but it's not the same as getting older, where your endurance gets better, your core muscle control gets better. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of both, but I think most of what you're going to see is just everything's going to slow down for him. All the stuff that's happening this year is happening really fast.
So he'll stay at left tackle though, right?
I think he's going to be a left tackle for his career. And if they did move him, and by the way, and everyone keeps saying he's going to be a guard. I'm like, if they did move him, I'd be liable to say that just as likely to move over to right tackle, because over at right tackle you're more likely to be involved in a slide. You're more likely to be able to protect a quarterback in different ways. You know,
so if he was a guard, he'd probably be like an all-pro guard. I think he'd be like really good.
Yeah, I mean that's the same. Yeah, that's the same with most really top tackles. And Will Campbell. I mean, if you took his year on balance, I think he finished. He was like the 11th best tackle in the NFL by measure. So let's not let a game against Will Anderson and a game against Khalil Mack right after he came off of injury change the way that you think about the player. I know it's not going to change things for the Patriots.
The thing is about the NFL playoffs is it's the truest test because what you're worst at will be exposed. When you play against the best teams, the things you do the worst or the things you do poorly, you're going to get exposed at some point because that's just how it works. The weaknesses will shine through. It's one of the beautiful things about football, honestly. It's so rare that a true fraud makes it through.
Right. You're absolutely true. And you know what, the interesting thing you said, ZeeBee, about, Will Campbell and at times when he doesn't get the help he needs. In his latest interview, he actually did call that out. He said, most of the plays that I want back are ironically when someone's helping me. He actually just called it out flat out. So I think you're right. I think, that expectation of what's he going to do? What am I doing? Can I depend on this guy? Is it Henderson? Is it Ramondre? Is it Hunter Henry? Is it fucking Westo? Whoever, right? Whoever these fucking people are. I don't think he fully understands how to work with these guys yet. Ramondre has been stellar. And I've said this in the past. He's going to
look like an asshole. He's been amazing.
Dude, I was ragging on him all camp. I'm like calling him Skinny Mondre. I'm like, look at this clown. He lost a bunch of weight. He's going to suck.
Has he been great or what? Yeah, he's been great.
Dude, this last month and a half, he looks like first 2 years Ramondre.
Yes.
He has the burst back. What was awful with Ramondre the last couple of years is that first quick step, that burst that he really burst onto the scene with was gone. He looked slow. He looked old, which is insane because he's still very, relatively young. Obviously, running backs age very quickly, but he got the burst back. I don't know how he did it, but
he's sharing carries. Really authentically sharing carries is he picked up and started playing really well this season. And I firmly believe this, that you were over, especially for a larger back, is a rare back that can actually do 300, 400 touches in the NFL these days. Most guys lose some off their fastball and lose it fast. So I'm just saying it's that.
I thought for sure he was going the Lawrence Maroney route. I was like, this is Lawrence Maroney. I've seen this show before.
He does Lawrence everything Maroney. Well. He does everything
that's
well.
The thing too, is when he came into the league, being involved in the passing game wasn't really his bag. He's added that to his tool belt. And he's great in pass protection. He's very good between the tackles. And he's genuinely a very good receiver out there. He's so sure-handed.
His zone blocked running tape right now is as good as I've seen anyone do it for the Pats in memory.
His vision blows Travion's vision away.
Travion's got to work on that.
Oh my dear Lord. He was running into guys left and right in this past game.
Travion, they're kind of a weird combo because everyone thinks of, Stevenson as the power guy and Travion is
he's more elusive.
But this is what I was going to say is Travion actually kills it at gap running better than Stevenson. So, but they've just been doing less of that the last few weeks. They haven't been blocking it quite as well the last couple of weeks either. But if you were going to actually from drawing it up how they use the back kind of way, Travion Henderson's actually been their quote power gap back, the guy that you're sending a lead blocker in front of, and that's really what he's good at right now. Okay, that's what he's been great. He was great at this for Ohio State, and he's been really great at it for the Patriots. Is lead blocking, gap running, hitting the hole, hitting it hard, and it's a different kind of vision because you're not when you're running a zone block play, you're reading the line against the defense, right? Okay, when you're running a gap play, you're aiming for a hole and you're trying to follow a blocker or hit some aspect of a blocker, like the left hip of your lead blocker or the left hip of the tackle that you're going to, and you're basically hitting it and you're hitting it hard, and that's you're taking an angle and then a cut. And what Ramondre Stevenson's doing so well is like that first big run that he had Sunday. You saw that where he gets up to the line of scrimmage and just rapidly sees the bounce outside,
Immediately saw the edge.
Bounces it right.
Set.
Yeah, bounces it right off the tackle outside, and he's gone. And that is a different learned. That's what people say when they mean vision. That's zone vision.
The thing is, like, what people like they just misunderstand with Travion is that he's so special in that, like, the second he gets daylight, he's gone. It's like, yeah, it's just you can't. If he gets it, like, it's a fucking home run. He's in the end zone. It doesn't matter.
That's the first thing I thought of when Ramondre hit daylight. I'm like, if that was Trevion, if Trevion could learn how to do that, he's fucking. There's nobody catching him. He's gone, and everyone knows it. They start signaling. They go bye. They start.
Trevion has the talent to be like one of the 3 best backs in the sport. Like the fact that he went for like 1,100 yards this year, despite the fact that he didn't get regular playing time till week 7.
Obscene.
Is
absolutely obscene.
Fucking absurd. Like, and if he just improves a little bit, like, one in pass pro so he can stay on the field more, and then also just working on open field vision and in the passing game, like, this guy could be like a dude who's like routinely getting 1,700 all-purpose yards. Like, he's that fucking talented.
Oh yeah, if his body holds up,
that too.
He'll put some weight on. He'll put some weight on. I think
he's
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His vision. He's got.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs is in the realm of possibilities. There's one clip here that I want to play that really will set us up for all this this optimism we have. So I just want to play it real quick.
This thing is wide open.
I'm looking at it like defense win championships, and you beat all those guys. I'm looking at it the opposite of you. So, man, I think they're a damn good football team. I don't give a fuck about no schedule. You beat who they put in front of you. Hey, they got a good run game. They got a good pass game. They got an MVP candidate. They got a Coach of the Year candidate. They got a dog-ass crowd in a home city to play in. Man, they playing good-ass football, bro. They're a fucking great team.
Hey, but you said...
I fucking love Aqib Talib, man. I loved him when he was here. That guy was
I wish he was here longer, dude. He was such a fucking dog out there. He was fucking pit bull.
You didn't know what you were going to get out of him. He was so raw, but he was so talented at the same time. I don't know. His energy is just like, it's kind of like, Carlton Davis is kind of that player too, but he's very like subdued. He's very like, cerebral, not the right word, but he's very quiet. And so, but he's the same kind of player where they're both like raw. They can make big plays, but Aqib Talib could lay the fucking wood too. So like that player, man, I love him. And I love that statement. He called it like it is. He goes, fuck the schedule. He goes,
watch the games. It really is that simple.
The games. Seriously, watch the game. Stop making up your own narrative. Forget like sit in a vacuum and watch the game and just fucking think football. Don't think about, I like Matt Stafford. I like this. I'm a fan of this. No. Objectively watch football. I hate how people, I don't know what it is with just, I guess, normal everyday fans and analysts, right? These analysts that get paid the big bucks. It's like they forget how to just fucking watch football and just like forget about what maybe your boss is telling you.
They all have an agenda, buddy.
Yeah, right. What's someone
listen, we all have our agendas, just like push smart ones and not fucking stupid ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's my whole impetus in having this podcast, right? Is I'm going to speak my opinion, but it's going to be layered with some basis of truth. And if we suck, I'll say we fucking suck. There's things we suck at, but when it comes down to it, our defense has been playing absolutely out of their fucking mind. Anyone who has watched these games and hasn't come to that conclusion and say, Justin Herbert sucks. No one was saying that before the game. They were saying they were going to beat us. I had friends that weren't even Patriots fans at that fucking game dying for us to lose. They were like, they're going to lose. I want to get the tickets to this game. And they were crushed. And they said, they didn't, Justin Herbert, has a shitty offensive line. He didn't have his offensive line. It's like, all right, okay.
Yeah, Rashawn Slater, all of a sudden they win that game. And I hear Rashawn Slater's name
Yeah.
The only time I ever heard anyone mention Rashawn Slater in Patriots country was to, so what? Who cares? He's not that good. Don't draft Will Campbell. Because Rashawn Slater also has like 33-inch arms.
Everybody's got a story.
Yeah.
And it's like, and now all of a sudden, Rashawn Slater is the end of the world. Like losing Rashawn Slater makes the San Diego Chargers, like the what is it, the Dick McPherson Patriots, if you want to go.
Oh, gee whiz. That's the team I referenced earlier. That was that was a bad team.
Terrible team. It was a terrible team.
We got Twitch Sweat here. We got another Broncos fan. Mike gets along with Broncos fans really well.
I love them.
Gore Broncos. Gore the Broncos. I think we are going to gore them.
Titch Sweat. I got some Titch Sweat for you, buddy. All right. It's hanging underneath. It's low. All right. You're going to have to bend down real hard in order to do that.
I love it.
I don't care. I don't respect the Broncos. I don't respect Mile High Stadium. I don't respect the sign that they have that says altitude sickness is real. I think that they're fake. They have a great defense, but their offense has always been suspect, even with Bo Nix. So without him, with Jared Stidham and his influencer girlfriend or wife or whatever, they can get the hell on. All right, come on, let's line it up. Let's see what we can do. I got 2 or 3 turnovers in that game for us on that kid alone, whether it be interceptions or strip sacks.
You know it. You can feel the Jared Stidham angst right now. I can feel it. That dude is at best, you got your Justin Fields of the world, who is a 1-read quarterback through and through. If he's lucky, he gets to 2. And I don't see Jared Stidham as any better, guys. I don't know. Jared Stidham, is he going to go beyond 2 reads? Are they going to even allow him to hold the ball for more than 2 seconds?
I mean, Peyton for the last few years has been just a lot of it's been. I mean, I expect them to do what they were doing with Nix, because what they were doing with Nix, wasn't a whole lot of, it wasn't a rocket science. You know what I mean? He was setting Nix up as it is. We'll put it that way. There's a lot of attached plays on the backside. A lot of them kind of rolling them out, using little sprint outs and stuff like that, and getting Nix some opportunities to make some quick plays. And a lot of it was, Nix, if you remember back to the beginning of Nix's rookie season, where he struggled a little bit and everyone was making fun of him as he was kind of figuring out the limits of what you can do in the NFL and what you can't do. And now he's starting to bring it together, and extend plays a little bit like he did in college. I think that's literally the biggest thing that you're going to miss. I don't think that the offense is going to radically change from Nix to Stiddy. You know what I mean? It's where you're going to miss is that I don't think Jarrett Stidham is going to make the material come to life the way that Bo Nix has,
Well, they can't run RPOs the way they do with Bo Nix.
I mean, they're going to run a lot of RPOs. It's kind of their offense right now.
So you said they're going to run the same exact shit, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to run a lot of it. It's kind of, it's an offense. You prepped it. You're not going to have, you know what I mean? Like, these are the plays you've been practicing all season long.
I hope.
And Sean Payton has faith in Jared Stidham to run that same offense.
Yeah, it kind of has to.
I guess so, huh?
At this point, it's installed. I get what you guys are saying.
Let me be real. The RPOs are very college. You know what I mean? The offense that they're running now is sort of like a college-inspired West Coast.
Hey, I remember the Eagles running that offense and then scoring 1 billion points and beating us in the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
thanks, Bill. You don't know how to defend a fucking RPO, Bill, with your defense.
Yeah, no. I mean, for real. I mean,
thanks for sitting Malcolm Butler.
What Doug Peterson did and what Sean Payton is doing now, there is a 90% crossover. It's I would give it vaguely West Coast RPO. And by the way, if you're gonna the height of said offense would be the Chiefs with Mahomes and Reed, where you kind of make the offense about that. You make the offense about that. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to change a whole lot. There's not a lot that you can change. You're not talking about 2 radically different guys. You know what I mean? You're not coming out there. It's not like you're going out there with a Wildcat quarterback. I just think, you guys said this at the beginning of the broadcast, what you're going to miss is Jarrett Stidham is in no way capable of elevating the material.
No, it's Jarrett Stidham. This is where I'm sitting at for this Broncos game. I said I was talking like with my friends I was talking to, I'm like, I think we're going to beat the Texans by 10 points or more. So I was that confident about the Pats playing the Texans, who are a better Broncos. Like the Texans defense is better. As a better defense than the Broncos defense. Drake May is going to face that Broncos defense like, oh my God, this is so comfy. I have so much more time to do literally everything. And that's still a good defense. But we've seen what Drake can do against good defenses. He's been great against plenty of good defenses this year. And what do I think the Broncos are going to do on offense? Fucking nothing. They're not going to be able to run the ball. Cortland Sutton is going to be in hell. Like this guy, like the torture chamber that Christian Gonzalez is going to put this motherfucker into, it like will make you wish for a quicker death. Like that's what Christian Gonzalez is going to do to Cortland Sutton. Like I don't know how they're going to move the ball.
When I keep the thing that jumps out every week to me on the defense, and I love Marcus Jones. I love Christian. I love all these guys. They're all. I mean, so really, I like how they put it together. But Milton Williams and the impact that Milton Williams is having.
Stud.
Is Aaron Donald-esque on tape at points. You know what I mean? Like it's
scary. It's fucking scary.
On leveraged like third down when you have to pass, and I'm looking at this tape and I'm like, these dude, they're doing it. Everyone's doing it. There are moments that I'm looking and they've got double on him and Christian Barmore. So you got 4 guys. I mean, and not just one, not 2, but I mean this is over and over again, just on these 2 guys trying to stop these 2 guys from getting to the pass rusher. I don't think that's going to work well with a quarterback who did like Jarrett Stidham. And I don't think it's going to work well for anyone that they face. I don't think the Rams offensive line is that great. I don't think the Seahawks offensive line is that great. If you continue to get, we have so much is talked about with Drake May, but if you continue to get the level of play out of Barmore and especially Milton Williams down for the next 2 games, you're gonna win the Super Bowl. That's
not only
If you're
not only that, but who is Jarrett Stidham throwing the football to? You got Cortland Sutton, and then you got Pat Bryant, who got hurt, concussed.
I think Mims got banged up too.
Who got hurt,
Mims got banged up.
The Pats defense, like their biggest weakness is like I'm scared of big athletic tight ends. Like we struggle like with very good tight ends, which is why when Schultz went out last week, it's like, okay, the Texans are so
the Broncos don't have any tight ends.
Exactly. It's Evan Ingram.
That's it. That's all they got. So who they throwing the football to? Cortland Sutton isn't that good. So and then everybody else is banged up. So who is he even going to throw it to? J.K. Dobbins might come back. That's like their big news of the week, that he might come back and help in the backfield.
They can't run. The running game is going to be shit. They're not going to get anything going on the ground, and they're going to force Jarrett Stidham to throw it 30 to 40 times, and that ain't going to go fucking well.
Like this team, like when Williams and Spillane were healthy, they held James Cook to under 60 yards. Like we're scared of J.K. Dobbins? Like absolutely not. This run defense is fucking elite. This is a stout unit.
Absolutely, yeah.
I agree.
I think Joe kind of hit the nail on the head here. Is you're going to end up with a situation with the Patriots. They're going to do everything they can, make damn sure that you have to see Jarrett Stidham throw the ball as many times as you possibly can. If they're at all intelligent, they're going to make the game go that way because you know how that script ends.
I really don't think you need to be creative with blitz packages. I really don't think that you need to send extra pressure.
There's no weapons.
Make Jarrett Stidham beat you. It really is that simple.
Yeah, rush your 4 guys. That would be my game plan. Play man to man. Rush your best 4, and then just force Jarrett Stidham.
How dominant did Gonzo look when they finally were like, "Okay, dude, man up, man coverage,
over,
best game of the season."
And Carlton
he was
Davis
unbeatable.
And Carlton Davis came alive. That pick on the sideline was absolutely disgusting. That 1 foot, 1 knee pick was absolutely disgusting.
We could play cover 0 all day long and still win this game. And cover 0 all day long.
Is that not how we beat the Rams in the Super Bowl?
Indeed,
second time. I believe that's how we beat them.
The second time they used the matched coverage at the very end of the game. If that's just the one of the big stories. At the very end of the week's game planning, is that Bill Belichick tore up the whole. You know what I mean? He tore up the whole game thing that the whole game plan they've been planning on and reinstalled this sort of matched zone coverage that they used in that second Super Bowl. was pretty prolix talking about it. I think this week Gonzo as well, by the way, has another cupcake matchup for him. And I don't mean that like I'm not shading anything because Gonzalez, sorry. Like Gonzalez has been absolutely amazing, but he's drawn two really good matchups back to back.
It's a perfect matchup. It's a perfect matchup. This is not Zay Flowers. This is not a short, shifty.
Portland,
this is perfect,
man.
Give us this guy that doesn't get a ton of separation and tries to win 50-50 balls.
I mean, that's what Gonzalez is elite at.
He's a freak athlete. Like he's
just a boundary corner. He's a boundary cornerback. He's not a field corner. He's not a nickel corner. He's not the guy that's going to follow Zay Flowers across the field and win every rep. He's not. You know what I mean? But if you line him up against Jarrett, if you line him up against Sutton, if you line him up against Jaden Higgins, if you line him up against Quentin Johnston in San Diego, good night. Those mid-Sussex receivers are not going to get anything against Gonzalez, period.
The list of like number one receivers in this league who are favorably matching up against Christian Gonzalez is such a fucking short list. Like it's so this guy is so special. He's so elite.
No, I mean, I would say your best bets would be guys like Zay Flowers to get some yards against like some like guys that are not 6'2" and can kind of move around on him, and take advantage of the fact that Gonzalez is, he's at 6'2", 205, or he's
because he's going to respect your speed and you can get some yards underneath.
Under him, you can take him in. You can take him in and out of the breaks when you're 6'2", 205 or whatever. There's a limit to what you can man cover just based on size.
That's the thing too, is though, it's what we love about Gonzalez is that he's not afraid to lay the body. This dude's ready to fucking lay the smack down.
Yeah.
No, he's been very physical this year, surprisingly so.
It's been great.
He comes up and lays the wood. I like it.
I'm glad he's getting good. I'm glad people, because I feel like a month and a half ago, maybe people were really down on Gonzalez, and I'm glad he's had a couple of games where people a little bit eye-opening for some people, hopefully, anyways.
All right, boys. Well, I think we're at the moment where we're at prediction time. And I flashed it up earlier, but I want to flash it up real quick just to see what everyone's doing out in analyst land over here. So we got Colleen Wolfe, who's usually on our side, picking against us. We got Jeremiah picking for us. We got MJD, who I love the 24-13 call there. I think he knows what he's talking about. Might tip my hat a little bit. You got Brooksy going, a tight game with us winning. You got is it Kevin Patra going Broncos in a tight low score. It looks pretty. I think this is all on the Patriot side in the realm of possibilities. A lot has to go break right for these Broncos scores to happen, but
yeah.
All right, so Mike, you go first. Tell us what you think's going to happen. Tell us what you think your score is.
Well, my score is 24-17. I think that we're going to be able to move the ball just fine. I think we're going to get held up because they do have a good defense. We're probably going to have to punt the ball a couple of times. I wouldn't rule out a turnover, whether it be a strip sack or a fumble, something of that nature. But I also think that our defense is going to make hay in this particular matchup for all the things that I've been saying throughout this whole thing. We just match up well with them. Their receivers are banged up, and even if they're not banged up, they're young, aside from Sutton. Who am I afraid of? Cortland Sutton and friggin' little Jordan Humphrey. The other guy, Pat Bryant and Franklin, those guys are hurt. Who knows if they're going to play or not? And as far as the backfield, RJ Harvey's been very inconsistent. And even if Dobbins comes back, he's still banged up. So I wouldn't put my eggs in his basket either. I think we have the blueprint to stop a Jarrett Stidham centered offense, and we're going to win 24-17. And it's probably not going to be even that close. I think they'll get a field goal at the end just to make it a little bit closer. But I think we're going to win this one pretty handily, 24-17.
I like it. Hogdale, what do you got?
Where I'm sitting at is, like I said, I thought they were going to beat the Texans by 10 points. I was that confident in the team there. I view the Broncos as the worst Texans, especially with Bo Nix being out now and Jarrett Stidham being your primary competition. My biggest concern in a game like this usually would be hopefully, you know, I just hope the guys aren't looking past this and just looking towards the Super Bowl. I have never been more confident in my entire life that Mike Vrabel's going to have these guys ready to play. He's had them ready to play the entire year, no matter how inferior the competition was. He's had them up and ready to play. I think the defense is going to continue to dominate. I think that Mac Hollins should be coming back this week. Yes, we're getting Mac Hollins back this week. I think that's a massive addition in terms of being able to consistently move the chains. I think the Patriots are going to be able to score against this Broncos defense. We scored against good defenses this season. I don't think this game is going to be close. I think they win 30-10.
I love it.
Nice.
Love it. Let's go.
The more I talk about this game, the more I'm talking about it. They're better. This is a better team. You are better than the Broncos by a decent margin now that Bo Nix is out. If Bo Nix is in this game, I think it'd be close. I really do. Jarrett Stidham, fuck no. You're not going to get me to fucking be scared of Jarrett Stidham. I watched him. He's fucking horrible.
Nice. I love it.
I love it. ZeeBee, what do you got?
31-9. 31-9. So,
Oh, 3 field goals. I like it. They're not even going to sniff the end zone.
How are they going to score?
That's the question that I ask myself when I look up to say, what matchups do they control? What matchups do these guys control? Their best player on offense right now is a left tackle, and the Patriots are just sort of a mix it up and blitz, move guys around. They were really about defensive tackles that we stunned through the interior. Our best player on defense, or our best defensive back, Christian Gonzalez, just owns your best receiver. They have no tight ends worth mentioning, no running backs worth mentioning, and their defense is a structural defense that's really kind of it kind of hangs together, okay? And it's a coverage-oriented defense where if you get a little bit of time, you can complete some passes, and they're going to have that. They're going to have time. They're going to have opportunities. I don't see how, without Bo Nix, I don't see many ways that the Broncos match up very well with the Patriots. The Patriots' next real challenge will be in the Super Bowl. That'll be the next time that we have a real thing where you have to sit there and go, oh, how do they match up against the Seahawks defense? Because this week I hope the players don't overlook it, but I'm not a player. You know what I mean? I'm not a player at all. There's not anything I can. If I'm a Broncos fan, there's not anything I can realistically hang my hat on going into Sunday.
Can I also say, it's like, oh, well, Sean Payton will get creative. Maybe he'll use receivers in the slot to help them out. Marcus Jones is playing the best football of his career right now. Yeah. Marcus Jones has been phenomenal, down there in the slot.
Lights out.
People are not giving this defense enough credit for how phenomenal they have been so far during this run. They are gelling together and coming together as a cohesive unit at the best time possible. They have looked incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, we just outclassed in every aspect the Chargers, right? Bar none, outclassed the whole team on both sides of the football. And then you just put to shame a Super Bowl favorite at one point in the season. They rattled off what? How many wins in a row? 8?
10.
9? 10 wins, right? They
rattled off 10 Texans wins. 10 wins.
So this narrative shift thing is complete bullshit. People are so revisionist, it's revisionist history, but it just happened.
This is a good football team, and this is a great fucking football team. Genuinely,
it is.
They are.
That Aqib Talib quote is exactly what we're all thinking, and I think that's where we're at right now. Is fuck this.
We believe
we can run, we can pass, we have an elite defense. What is it? So to me, the Carlton Davis that head injury at the end of the game gives me a little pause. I do think there might be a busted touchdown with if Marvin Mims plays or one of these guys. There could be a defensive touchdown too. So I'm a little. I don't think Jarrett Stidham is going to carve us, but I do think there could be. I mean, he can lay it out there, and they have some speedsters. So I think that they could get a busted touchdown. I'm going to go 31-17. Because I do believe they could get 2, maybe a late touchdown, a garbage time one, who knows, maybe a defensive touchdown. So I'm factoring in 2 touchdowns and a field goal there. And it's mainly because of the Carlton Davis injury. Alex Austin, if you guys remember a lot of snaps of him earlier in the season, he's very hit or miss. And he's a great player. He's a great young player. I do think he could be something someday. but he's not a guy you want playing the boundary full time.
You'd rather have Carlton Davis out there if you could.
100%, because Carlton Davis usually isn't going to let up the big play, right? He might get a DPI, he might let up 30 yards, but rarely is he going to get beat for 70 yards for a touchdown.
I think he'll be back. I think he's going to be back.
I hope so. It's a head injury, so you never know these concussions, how they make it through the protocol.
I just want to know how good's Jarrett Stidham's processing power as a quarterback to see a busted coverage.
Nothing.
It's probably not going to. It's probably, you're right. It's probably not going to be a busted coverage. It'll probably be a dialed up fucking just huck it. And
I'm going to throw this out there. Throw my little ZeeBee nugget out there this week. Is if you're looking for a big play, look for them to come up with a creative screen. That's been Sean Payton's game for his whole career. When is his sort of go-to? He's one of the better screen designers you'll see out there. So
Alvin Kamara, man, he did it with Kamara. He did it with Mark Ingram. He did it with all these guys. He made his money there for sure. I agree.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Your RPOs and screens can only take you so far when Jarrett Stidham's your fucking quarterback, brother.
We're trying to find reasons to be objective.
We're trying to find a reason how they can.
The thing is like objectively, this is a better team, and it pisses me off that more people aren't saying that. Like they are. The Pats were better. This is a better football team.
And when we beat the Broncos, they're gonna say because of Jarrett Stidham, and then they're gonna be hoping that we get fucking.
Keep downing them, man. Keep fucking doing it. It fuels us.
Yeah.
By the way, I wanted to throw in because someone was like, "Fucking your take about," because I remember I crushed them at the trade deadline for not adding, and I still stand on that. How much better would this defense even be if you added another edge rusher? Oh, that's their one weakness is like that they really have struggle getting pressure on the edges. Like if you had found that trade, like who cares about the first round pick this year, man? Light it on fire and find your edge rusher. This would be a perfect defense.
The Browns wanted 3. They wanted 3 for Myles Garrett.
I would have given it to him in a fucking heartbeat.
I'm with you, dude. I'm telling you, I would have pushed all my chips in and said, "Fuck it, I'm all in. Let's go. Let's ride." Because with Myles Garrett,
that goes back to Vrabel.
Right
Vrabel loves his guys. Vrabel loves his guys this year. That's why he didn't make a trade. Yeah. That's why Christian Ponder is playing 50 snaps, which may or may not. I mean, not Christian Ponder, Elijah Ponder, the edge
Christian
guy.
Ponder's working at Burger King.
Yeah.
I've done that same thing. There could be
him
only
and
one
Anthony
Ponder.
Jennings, like those guys are playing heavy minutes, but they're also producing. But I expect them to address the edge position in the draft.
It's a good year for edges too.
You can do draft, or you can just go make it simple and get Max Crosby.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
You could do both. There's absolutely no reason why you can't do both.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
For good players at edge up and down the board through the top of round 3. So there'll be guys for you to choose from.
The future is bright, gentlemen.
No matter how we slice it, boys, the arrow is pointing up. The Bills' arrow is pointing way the fuck down. The Dolphins just hired who the fuck knows? I never even heard
Jeff
of this.
Jeff Hafley. He used to coach BC. He was the Boston College Eagles.
I'm so happy the Dolphins. I'm happy for them that they got him. The Jets are a complete shit show. Aaron Glenn sucks. And the whole thing's just a laugh fest. The arrow is pointing way up, boys. We're going to be having these podcasts for the next 15 years and talking sunshine and rainbows. And I love every second of it.
I'm not going to last that. I'm not going to be alive 15 years from now, bro. But I'll do what I can while I'm still here,
Love it. All right, boys. Well, thank you so much for joining. Hogdale, what you're doing at Barstool is everyone's dream. I'm so happy for you, man. Watching you at the Chicago office there, and in New York, and kissing babies and all the fun stuff you're doing. I envy you, and I'm happy for you at the same time.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, man. I'll be back there this weekend. They're flying me back out again for the Pats game this Sunday.
Oh, you have to go now. You're gonna have to go there.
They're 2-0. They're 2-0. Dave would kill me if I wasn't there.
Absolutely. And ZeeBee, Hogdale, I kind of keyed Hogdale into your draft analysis. ZeeBee, by the way, had Drake May over Campbell and over Jaden Daniels, by the way. So ZeeBee's draft process and evaluation is, we say it all the time, second to none. I mean, this guy is all over this stuff. He lives and breathes it. Like, I've never seen anyone watch tape like this guy. So we're gonna do a separate special. Hopefully, we're not talking about the draft until February. That'd be nice.
Absolutely.
Do Pro Bowl week.
That's right. Yeah, we could. That's a good idea. It's a great idea.
Absolutely.
All right, boys. Well, as always, let's fucking go. Follow us we're everywhere. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok now. We're on, everywhere. Mike doesn't want to be on social media, but we're getting him there. We're inching Mike into the social media game.
Yeah, he's warming me up to it. I'm getting into it as an old man later on in life, but we're making hay, so we're making it work.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, guys. And as always, let's fucking go.
Let's go. Let's go, baby.
And